With the announcement of new manga characters, the light novel collaboration coming in the spring, and the game now reaching its 38 million download milestone, it's safe to say a lot of new eyes are going to be on the game coming into 2019. So what better time would there be than to drop a video highlighting some of the biggest mistakes that new players make when they first pick up the game. While BBS does do a great job at easing new players into its core mechanics, there are still plenty of traps that noobs and experienced players alike fall into. And in this video, I want to point out some of the 5 biggest mistakes that new players make in Bleach Brave Souls. Starting off is something that isn't necessarily a mistake, but not doing this is potentially holding back your account from not being as good as it could be. I use the word potentially here because this all revolves around luck, as I'm referring to players who neglect the lottery events. Lottery events, for those who are unaware, are event missions that come around every week or so. They usually come with event orders, which when completed provide a whole magnitude of rewards. Some of these rewards range from power hearts, editing brushes, orbs, any other fodder items you can think of. While most players will always complete the event for the orbs, not everyone farms the event extensively, which is a huge missed opportunity. Whenever you complete a lottery event mission, you'll be greeted with the lottery spin, which randomly provides you with an item per run. Doing a 5 times run will give you 5 items. The main reason you want to be farming these events are for the summon tickets. Some events will have a small chance to drop either the 4 to 5 star summon tickets or the Brave Soul tickets. Both of these tickets have a 3% rate to give you a random 5-star character from the premium pool, meaning that just one of these tickets is essentially the equivalent of being given 25 orbs to use on the premium banner. Even if you don't get a good 5-star character, if it's new, that's still a free 125 orbs for the next banner you decide to summon on. Not to mention you can also get some great links with resurrected characters. So either way, farming the lottery events for summoning tickets is always a good idea. You never know when you'll get lucky.
And who was it? Toshiro and Genjo. I think that's basically all I got. Hey, we get a 5-star though, so that's freaking badass. Please give me something new at least. No way! Jen, I just pulled Quincy Ichigo out of a gold ticket multi.
The second mistake is probably one of the worst things you can do in BBS, and that's summoning on every new banner that comes out. The way the business model works in this game is that players are given a decent chunk of free currency every month. When we consider the new events, sub-stories, 4-star characters, the free Frenzy character, Senkaimon quests, login bonuses, and any other new content that provide orbs upon completion, we're looking at about 1.1k free orbs on a bad month. If we're a bit more liberal with our estimates, it's probably closer to 1.3k on average. There's a great Reddit user called AnimeFan5 who always posts a tally of the free orb count every month, so if you'd like to look at the raw data for yourself, I'll leave a link to his account in the description. So as you can see, Caleb are more than happy to give players currency for free, but in order to make the game profitable, they have to consistently release new characters every month, along with a plethora of other banners that feature older but more popular characters in order to encourage whaling. Whaling is a term that refers to spending large amounts of money on free games every month. Mobile games in particular rely on whales to stay profitable, meaning that those of us who maybe spend $5 a month are not as important to KLab as those who buy currency for hundreds of dollars every month. So if you don't plan on whaling in this game, you need to budget your currency and be smart about your summons. You don't need to summon for a new blue character with a Rankar killer if you already have Mangarukia. She'll do the job just as good. Characters can stay relevant in this game for years, and you technically only need one character for each attribute to complete the majority of the content in the game. Pay attention to your character roster. What attributes are you lacking in? Do you need more purple characters, or are you looking weak with green characters instead? Do you need more red Soul Reaper killers, or should you wait for a banner that features better PvP characters? Don't just blindly summon on every new character that comes out. Think about what summons are the most optimal for your account. There's nothing worse than seeing a really hype banner come out at the end of the month, but being unable to summon on it sufficiently because you've wasted all your orbs trying to get a character you don't need. Speaking of orb management, something that a lot of new players do when they first start out is immediately rush to complete all of the story mode. Now, in no way do I want to tell other people how they should be playing the game, but I think this is something a lot of people regret doing later on down the line. Obviously, the story mode is a huge source of free orbs. You can easily rack up 3,000 to 4,000 orbs after, 30-40 minutes of playtime, so it can be very tempting when you first start out to just rush through it. However, a new account already has access to thousands more orbs through other events in the game at any given time, which is why I'd like to suggest you don't complete every single story mission available immediately. A nice middle ground would be to complete the story on the normal difficulty and leave the hard difficulties for later on. Like I said before, one of the worst things in the game is seeing really hyped characters come out and then not having a safety net of orbs to fall back to for summoning. My personal recommendation is to save those hard story missions for when the new manga characters come out sometime this year. The 1000-year Blood War characters are incredibly useful, and it's always an extremely hyped time period within the community when they come out. So give yourself a safety net. You have plenty more orb sources to farm with a fresh account, and the story mode orbs won't be going anywhere if you leave them sit for a while. I spent about 30 minutes before the 2019 New Year step-ups going through my incomplete story missions. I racked up about 1400 extra orbs and managed to get the new Quincy Ichigo because of it. Earlier I talked a little bit about summoning tickets and why it's important to farm them at every possible opportunity. As I said before, summoning tickets are essentially a free 25 orbs to use on the premium banner, and this is exactly the reason why you shouldn't spend your orbs on the premium banner. The premium banner consists of pretty much any character that is not a manga or seasonal unit. Now, a banner that is available at all times with up to 175 star characters may sound tempting in theory, but it really loses its appeal when you consider that these characters range from brand new units like Quincy Ichigo all the way back to old school characters like original Orihime. It's just not worth risking the currency. Some of these older characters are just bad, like really bad. Stick to using your orbs on the banners that actually feature the characters you want. Finally, the absolute worst mistake that new players make in this game is using orbs on the accessory gacha. Look, I don't really think this needs too much explaining. Accessories are important, but if you take my advice and farm the lottery events, you'll have more silver accessory tickets than you'll ever need. Use those tickets to get the base accessories. Dispensers, pills, holobait, tension tires, etc. The only reason why the accessory gacha exists is to try and bait players into whaling for golden dispensers. Gold dispensers are great, but they're endgame items, and the gold dispenser pull rate currently sits at 0.05%. Even if you do manage to get lucky and pull a golden dispenser, it'll possibly take up to 100 days of playing before you even begin to collect enough editing brushes to re-roll it. Don't put your currency into this gacha. Use your orbs for new characters, and when you finally make it to third seat, you can do extreme co-op and you'll have plenty of opportunities to farm 3-star accessory tickets which can be used to try and get gold accessories. This is how the majority of players end up getting their golden dispensers. Don't try and gamble for them. The non-gold dispensers are more than enough to get you through the late game content. So that's 5 mistakes that new players make in Bleach Brave Souls. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like, and if you want to see more content like this in the future, consider subscribing. I plan on making a lot more videos on this game because I really enjoy it and I need all the help I can get to grow the channel. Thanks so much for watching.